Good afternoon. I think I'm live. Hello, welcome. It's Melinda from Scrapbooking and Half. I don't even know what my business name is today. It's been one of those days. Oh, it's been one of those months. February's not over yet. Now I'm throwing stuff on the floor. One moment while I pick up the paint that I know I want in a few minutes. Welcome. Pop in and say hello if you're joining us today. Impromptu live. I did put up a couple of hours notice. Basically, I thought I'd pop on today. We've got some winners to draw from the 2 weeks ago. Great international craft show competition I put up on the site. The last 2 weeks has been a bit busy, and then I went and broke my monitor cable. Can't blame the bunnies on that one, and that was me. So I had to go buy a new monitor cable, and been busy at a retreat with Hillbilly Scrapping in Chickamauga last weekend. That was loads of fun, so I'm going to show you what I was up to with that. And then I might just have a fun play in my art journal page. So if you are popping on to see us this afternoon, pop in the comments and say hello so I know who's there. So without further... Now, what have I been up to? I've been doing a bit of crafting. I've been doing a lot of secret squirrel stuff. I can't show you yet. Hang on, I'm just going to scroll down and see if my comments are going to roll up. So I've been doing a lot of secret squirrel stuff, designing for classes and things that I can't show you for yet. We do have our next craft event coming up in Bendigo in the middle of March, or towards the end of March, and I should have had that date in my head. Let me just squiz it in my diary. So we've got the Bendigo Picture to Page show coming up on the 20th and the 21st of Bendigo. If everything in Victoria behaves itself, that show will go ahead. I don't want to mention the C word. So if you're near the Bendigo area or in the Bendigo area on the Saturday and the Sunday, come along to the show. It's changed its venue this year, so it's not at, if you've been to their show before, it's not at the Kangaroo Flat, where was it, the primary school? It is at the Bendigo Showgrounds in the exhibition building. But not the tin shed part, the nice part up the top, which is really cool. So it'll be proper aircon. Can't wait. So it'll be a fantastic show. I am teaming up with Hillbilly Scrapping, who I team up to do the shows with, and we are planning some fantastic classes. The details of the classes will go on the Facebook page as soon as I get them finalised. I'm still trying to fiddle with the last little bits of the classes. But what have I been up to with I've been playing with some of my new stencils. I've been playing with this one a lot. This is one of the new ones that I released in early February called Shattered. This is a smaller version of it. This little book here is a traveller's notebook that I made from scratch several years ago, and we just taught in classes at the Chickamauga Hillbilly Scrap and Retreat, and it was so popular. I'm actually looking at turning it into what we call a video class. So basically you buy a kit of all the supplies, and you get a video from me to put this little notebook together. So there'll be two options, one if you have a sewing machine and one if you don't. So that will be coming out late March. But I've been playing in my little traveller's notebook. There's a couple of pages I can't show you yet, can't show you that one. Been playing with new products. But this is what I've been doing with my Shattered stencil. So these little traveller's notebooks for me are just little areas to play and to have fun. Obviously I've only half finished this one. I may go in and add colour in the girls. So this little girl is one of my new paper cutouts. I was using as a stencil and just tracing around her. It has wording in the middle of it. Just disregard all the wording and just use the outside shape. And then I used the Shattered stencil in the background. So I've been playing around with that. So this little notebook is great. I can throw it in my bag, and this is all set up so I can just sit on the train and colour it in. Doesn't matter if it gets a bit lumpy or bumpy on the train, I don't really mind. It's basically to keep my hands busy while I'm sitting around on a train. I train it a lot up to Hillbilly Scrapping to do lots of prep for weekends and different events and stuff. So that's what I've been playing around with. I may colour these girls in. I may colour the little diamonds in. I'm not sure yet. In black, and then we'll see. Hi Carolyn, how you going? Another one I've done, this is using one of my big arch templates that I released in early February as well, and one of my older stencils, little brick stencil. Actually no, these little bricks come from the other stencil. They come from, or these are the paper cutouts, but they come from this stencil. So I'm playing around with a few of my dome stencils, and then I just kept moving this across and drawing in a few of them. And then I've just put some Dina Wakley, no, not Dina Wakley, wrong one. The other one, the red-headed, Dylusions stamped images cut out on my pages. So I haven't done much more in that book. So again, I don't know whether I'm going to colour it in or not. I was just having fun playing around the other day. This is another one I did. Again, this one's not finished yet, but I just thought I'd show you something you can do with your stencils. This is using two of the new stencils as well. This is using the arch window, and the arch window is only this tall, but I've just extended it down to fit it for the page. And again, this is one of the white cutouts that I was using as a stencil. So I love the black and white. It's really cool. This one again, I've used the shattered stencil and just added some Dylusions cutouts. I think this one's done. Not sure. I think it's done. I never know until I go and do more. This one I'm still working on. I've got to decide what I'm going to do here. So this is using a cloud stencil. Don't know whether that one's on my website yet. I found it in my stash. Maybe it was a prototype and it never got any further. So using the cloud stencil, and these waves are done with the Dina Wakley ruler and some... Sorry, not Dina Wakley, wrong one. Oh, I was watching her live with her new products this morning. I've got her on my brain. Dylusions ruler and some butterfly cutouts. Not sure, I think those are Dylusions as well. So that's what I have been up to doing. Have I got any in that one? None in that one. So I thought, why not, while I popped on today, it's quiet in my house, why not have a bit of a play in my art journal with some of my new products? I'm just popping that off to the side. So I've got this bag of white cutouts. These come in a sheet when you buy them, but these ones were a goof up, so I cut them up and put them in my stash. So I'm going to do something with them today on a page. Do something. That's about as far as I've thought this out. So all these white cutouts are made from 400 GSM cardstock. I don't think you actually get the tiny little ones. This was my prototype. So let's put the tiny little ones away. You get some of the big ones. So the 400 GSM cardstock, mixed media cardstock, is great in your art journal because it's nice and thin and flat, as opposed to using chipboard. I haven't made these in chipboard yet, but I endeavour to do that. Let's get that out of the way so I don't spray that. So let me have a think. I also grabbed this white cutout with the lines because I think I might use that as well. This will be coming out in a stencil one day. I'm just waiting on new stencil plastic to arrive. But it works. The white works as a stencil for an interim measure. Now, I decided to grab, let me get that out of the way. I decided to grab my much neglected Dina Wakley sprays. I had to have them when they all come out, but I have not been using them lately, so I've decided I want to, just looking for some scrap paper. Let's use this because I didn't bring any scrap paper. Looking for some scrap paper just to put under my art journal pages so I don't get these sprays everywhere. That's right. I don't need my Optus phone bill after I pay it, do I? Let's just stick these under the pages. So I'm going to make a nice background. And then I'm going to stick some of these white shapes on and do some stenciling and somehow make a page. As usual, I don't really know where I'm going with my art journal pages. Now let's look at some colours. What colours are we going to go with? They're a bit light. I've just got the light colours. Let's go with bright colours today. I like this bright blue. What will we put the blue with? We could put the blue with eggplant. I have all the colours. I just don't use them enough. I also don't want to use them up. I'm terrible. I got these sprays and they are lovely. I've used them in a few demonstrations and then decided I really, really liked them, but didn't want to use them anymore because then I'd use them up. But I suppose I can always go and buy some more. I'm just looking at, no, we might go with these three colours. So all of these supplies I get from Hillbilly Scrapping. She has got a fantastic new website about to be launched, so that will be loads of fun. Hi Tabitha, maybe in and out, have a guy here fixing. Oh, fixing your taps and water issues. Yes, that is important to have water. So I'm just basically going to make a fool of myself and attempt an art journal page. Tabitha? No. Sure, it's going to look beautiful. So we've got ocean, eggplant, and turquoise. So these sprays you do need to give a nice shape to, because they do settle when you don't use them. I've just gessoed my page. I'm working in an altered book, so I'm just going to give them a bit of a spray. I'm surprised they are not clogging up. When these sprays go on top of each other, they sort of make a cool nebula resist pattern. Should have shaken these up all before I come on camera. I was running late today. I looked at the clock and it was 2:15, and then I looked at the clock and it was 2:55, and it's like, how did it get to 2:55? And you can tell I haven't used these in a while because this one doesn't want to work. These are not supposed to block up if you put the caps back on them, but you're probably not supposed to not use them for a while. Watch your family, and their tagline seems to be "There's more at the store." Yes, I can always go buy these again, but I don't know, I'm like that with a few supply. Well, that one's not going to work. Let's not use that colour. I think I clean the top of it. Actually, Dana Wakeler says she doesn't have a problem with these clogging up, but she also probably doesn't leave them for a few months without using them. Because I've got gesso on the page, they're going to start doing that resisty thing, and it might stand up. So I can actually see what I'm doing. That would be actually a good idea. I actually do want that purple in there. See if I can fix it. Should have tested these before I come on live. No, that would actually mean I'd get organised. So you can see this resisting technique. These sprays resist on top of gesso or resist on top of each other. We just flick it on. Tipping it on might be a disaster. Yeah, that one's not going to work. Let's pick another colour. Okay, we've got blues and blues. Let's go with cheddar. Not blue and orange. Green. Oh, let's go green. Maybe not. Where's my favourite? Maybe we'll go night. Night is my absolutely favourite colour from Dina Wakeler. I was watching her new release this morning and go, I'll have that, and I'll have that, and I'll have that. Yes, I think you are supposed to wipe the nozzles after each use, Tabitha, but that just sounds like too much effort. And I haven't used these in a while either. I've been bad. Oh! And this one just wants to squirt in a big hunk and chunk, and now it doesn't want to squirt anymore. Oh, ooh, I like that. Ooh. That looks like moons. That's kind of cool. That's like shooting in a half moon. That's really cool. I'll put one more up here. Oh, I didn't grab my heat tool. Oh, I'm terrible. I took my heat tool to Echuca and it's still in my suitcase. That's right, we'll let that dry. Let's get some dripping happening. I'm going to use some of these white cutouts on here somewhere. I don't know whether I'm going to colour those yet. Ooh, I do like the drippy effect. I'm not real good at cleaning things, Tabitha. I'm terrible. I'll have to go and... Oh, I do like the drippy effect. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab my heat tool, which I should have grabbed before I started. I'm very disorganised. What can I unplug? Hopefully not a computer. Hopefully not anything that I need plugged in. Let's unplug that. I think that's my phone. I have 10 plugs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 plugs beside my desk and it's still not enough. I need a bigger power board. I'm going to give that a bit of a dry. Quite thick, the puddles, so what I might do, give it a bit of a dry and then put my book aside to dry while I think about what I'm doing. Oh, I do like that. That's really cool. Great thing about the sprays is you really don't know what you're going to get until you chuck some spray on it, and I can't repeat this either, so That's really cool. Don't know whether I like the big blobs of blue, but so I might pop that aside, and we're going to work out, before I do that, what bits I'm going to use and what colour am I going to put them in. I don't really want to cover up most of it. Maybe I'll put this down here, and then I've got to decide what colour. Maybe I'll make it black. Or do I like it white? Ha! That's why I haven't bought any. Oh, haven't you got any yet, Tabitha? I know me, yes. I'm going to have to use them up. I thought Dina Wakely might be bringing out new colours today with her new release, but she brought out stamps and stencils and something else, but didn't. I really have no idea what I'm going to do. I want to use some of these somehow. Maybe I use this one and this one, and then I was going to put some some Dylusions cutouts on the page. Let's put that aside. I'm really liking that. Maybe I'll just leave that as a page. I was thinking of whatever background I did, do some stenciling over the top, so that's why I might do these darker areas, but it's got to be a bit drier first. Do any of my lives have a plan? Not really. I sort of grabbed a few products and thought, hey, let's just go with it. This is usually what my art journaling takes. It's not a lot of pre-planning, it's a lot of, oh, I can do that, oh, I can do that. So I might lighten up these areas with a bit of text and a bit of white paint in a minute. They're just got to be dry. Oh, it's getting hot. I do like that background. And I don't particularly want to cover it up a lot, but we'll see how we go. Oh, there goes the white paint. So I think I've decided I want to put these here. So now I've just got to decide whether I want to keep them white, or I did want to use this one, but I like them going down, like the bigger and then the little one. And do I want to back them with something? Here's some white bits of paper if I want to back them with something. Let's move my book out for just a moment. Let's work out what colour we're going to do these. What colours have I got around on my desk? Everything but the colour I want. Umber. No, that's brown. Quickly going to make a decision of what I've got near my hand. Here's my box of stuff that got thrown off my desk. Ha! This is where all my other paints were. I was wondering where I put them. Night. That's the colour I just got. I'm thinking I want to put some yellow behind the windows, so we might do that on the bit of paper. And then, what colour am I going to make my windows? Maybe I'll leave them white. Let's do the white. Let's do the yellow for behind them, stick them on them and see what they look like. But the gloss sprays are so much fun, Tabitha. You do need to buy them. I had to have them in every colour. I am dreadful. I haven't used them in ages. Okay, so I've just got some Dina Wakely white paint. Where's my brain today? Yellow paint. I just want to make this white sheet of paper yellow because I'm thinking I want yellow coming through the windows. I may regret that decision in a minute. So I hope everyone's having a crafty day. I've been doing a bit of secret squirrel stuff for classes that I can't tell anyone about. It's terrible because I do something and I really like it and I can't show anyone. It's like, oh, I have to wait. I'm also working on classes for another virtual retreat we've got happening in May with Hillbilly Scrapping. That's going to be loads of fun. So virtual retreat is like a in-person retreat, but so much better. You get to stay at home and craft in your own craft room, and everything gets recorded so you can come back and watch it again and again and again. It's going to dry that off. I could have went and got a yellow bit of paper, but this works. And I bet I don't have scissors sitting here. Oh no, I do have a pair of scissors, not my favourite, but they'll do. Let's see what they look like on the yellow. No, I think they definitely need to be a dark colour. I can't do night. Let's do, oh, we make them a metallic colour. Oh, that would look cool. What metallic paints have I got hanging around? I have gilt. That'll work. Let's sponge them gilt. Let's cut my sponge in half because I want to use it for some white in a minute. They would look awesome on one of your canvases, Tabitha. That's very yellow. Well, you're not going to see a lot of it. I'm going to cut it down. You're only going to see it in the windows. So it's not going to be that yellow eventually. Now I'm just going to make these gilt in Dina Wakley colour. Whoops, it's probably way too much. So when I'm colouring these, what I like to do is sort of use them as a stencil, because you're going to put paint through them anyway. And when I load my paint sponge up, I like to tap off and get the majority of the paint off. You don't want a big blob like this on your sponge, so you want to tap it off. Because what I want to do is make a 2-for-1. I want to colour my white window with the gold paint, and I'm actually going to use it as a stencil on this drop paper. So then nothing's wasted, and I've got a pretty thing to use again. Whoops. So now I'll have some drop paper with the gold windows on it, just over the top of something else. So I don't waste the paint. I like to just make another type of embellishment. See, now I've got that to tear out and use one day. One day is the operative word. I'll do this one next to it. I often do this when I'm colouring my die cuts. I'll purposely colour them on different parts of the paper so that then I have more pretty things to use. Oh, I do like the gold on the gold. Let's give these a quick dry. Let's see them run across my table. I'm planning on regular live with some sort of my products. Actually, I shouldn't talk over my heat tool. Hang on. I've got a bit of paint left. Let's just go and do this over here. I'm hoping to do regular lives each week. I just, at the moment, can't set a date, like a specific day and a time, because you look at my diary and it looks like a dog's breakfast lately. I've got lots of appointments and lots of different things happening. Do a live a week, and I'll endeavour to give you as much notice as possible. It's just some days I plan things and plans go to rubbish, and I end up not doing anything I planned. It was like the week after, I shouldn't talk over the heat tool, hang on. It's like the week after the Great International Craft Show. I planned to come on and draw some winners and do some stuff, and life just got hectically busy. And then we dove into the Hillbilly Scrap and Retreat. Then I was in Melbourne again on Monday, and it's like, wow, I don't even know where I am lately. Actually, I don't know whether I like that yellow now. But they sort of need something to make them stand out. This is almost dry now, or it is dry now. I don't know if the yellow is too bright. Actually, I probably won't know that until I cut it down. So let's not stick it on. Let's cut it out, because it's deceiving with all the yellow around it. And see, actually maybe I should go over it in cheddar. I want it to sort of look like lights through the windows. That's the idea that my brain is trying to tell me it is, but I'm thinking it's too yellow. Oh, I need a rubbish bin. Yeah, I'm thinking it's too yellow. Okay, where's cheddar? Do I have cheddar with me? I only have half my paints over here. That's not cheddar. Ah, that's the paint I was looking for last night. Tells me I should clean up. Here we go. Cheddar. Let's move my book up here. I'm going to put some cheddar on. Where's that other white bit paper I had? Over here. Let's do a bit of cheddar and see if it's a better colour. That yellow is very bright. Doesn't really go with what I'm doing. I'm finger painting because I'm too lazy to go get a brush. Sometimes I'll pick the right colour off the bat, and sometimes I will just make something 3 times with the wrong colour and then eventually get to the right colour. I don't even think that's the right colour. Maybe white. I don't like it white. Trying to make it look like stained glass window, but I'm too lazy to do lots of colours in the windows. Oh, maybe I could do that. No. What do you think? Is the cheddar any better? Hello, Wendy. How you going? Maybe a bit of white over it. I had white. Okay. Let me dry this off. How you going, Wendy? I'm just playing around and playing with some of our new products. So these are some of the new white mixed media cardstock shapes, and I'm just trying to play around with what colour I'm wanting to put behind the windows, and I'm being so indecisive today. Let's put a bit of white over, and I'm really lazy. I'm just squirting paint all over my drop paper on my table. At least it's not directly on my table. Let's see if I can tone this down a bit. Probably better if I went and got a brush, but that's right. Might give up entirely putting paper behind the windows in a minute. It's getting there. I think what I might do is go and put some white in this background while I think about it. While that bit dries, let's put those up there. While I've got the white sponge out and the white paint. You need a holiday. Tabitha, I needed a holiday like the middle of January. Oh, this year has just been busy. I can say we both need a holiday. I'm just going to go over and put some white over where these really dark bits. The advantage of doing this over the gloss spray, so I'm really quick and don't like this, I can actually take it off with a baby wipe. But I actually do like that. Just toning down the really, really dark areas. Just going really lightly in with the white paint, which I need some more out of. As I said, I didn't really have an idea of what art journal page I was doing before I started. Yes, Wendy, it's a yummy looking background. Unfortunately, when I get backgrounds like this, I then them because I don't really want to cover it up. So they're done with, if you missed it, Wendy, they're done with Dina Wakley gloss sprays. Something I've had for ages. I got them when they first come out. Actually, I got them before we went into lockdown in March last year. So I've had them 12 months and done a couple of demos with them, but not really used them much. Because I didn't want to use them up. I'm terrible. But I thought, no, let's get them out today. So they do this nebula effect really easily, all by themselves. It's really cool. I like that bit of... They do the nebulizing effect when they're sprayed over Jester or sprayed over themselves. So I thought they were new products that come out, and I thought, right, after our last craft show, I bought them all, and then haven't used them that much because I don't really want to use them up. Actually, I like them with this colour. Let me do a bit more of this cheddar colour on here. So I'm really getting in love with Dina Wakley's products lately. I love her paints and her sprays. And I've got an eye on a few stamps she brought out today with her new release. Now we're just got to wait till they come down under. Some of her new stamps are really cool today. I've got my eye on a few of the Dylusions products come out too. I should stop watching the new releases. And then I'll stop wanting, my want list is getting longer. I've been good this year. I haven't been shopping that much. Only been buying sort of what I need. Dreadful, isn't it? Now we're going to throw some white on top of that. So all my 3 windows sort of look a bit consistent if they can. Haven't had a lot of time to play lately, which is terrible. Where's my glue? But we're going to do it. We're going to glue it down to the orange. You haven't been watching any, saw Tim's. I haven't seen Tim's yet, Tabitha. I only saw the Dylusions one and Dina Wakley this morning. I woke up to notifications on my phone, just putting a bit of glue on this to be able to stick it down. So I'll have to go and have a look at Tim's. I used to jump on at this time of the year to have CHA. Oh no, it's not called that anymore. What's it called? Creativation in America, the big craft show over there, where they released all the new products. I used to watch it every year and then have to wait until we get our stuff down under. Things are just so slow coming at the moment. I'm designing a lot of classes in March for and stuff, so that we can get the products in time for the classes. Just going to double check on my phone we're still live, because my computer's just done that silly looking thing to say we're not live anymore. Computers and technology, I don't like them. That's not the one I want to go into. If I could press the right thing. He only had 4 things. 2 were brayers, not that dangerous. Ah. How can he bring out different brayers unless they were different widths? I heard from Dina Wakley actually half her release is still on a ship from China. Like, they haven't got the supplies into the warehouse in America yet, so they're not releasing them, which is fair enough. It's a bit hard to release stuff and then not have it. I think it is still saying China, like they haven't got the supplies. Whoops. Sorry about that, I had that volume on my phone. My computer's done that stupid thing again where I've lost the thing on my... Looks live to me. Where I've lost the picture on my blooming screen. Blooming. Silly computers, I'm looking for my glue. It irritates me because then I can't tell if I'm in frame, and then if I watch that on my phone it's like 5-second delay. Me and technology are not friends lately. I still look live, do I, Wendy? Oh, that's good. Some days I wonder. I'm going to stick this one here, and I'm going to cut them out, and then I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm doing something as a focal image. At the stage where I don't want to cover up a lot of that background because I really like it. Looks like a really cool night sky. It could look like a really cool underwater space, underwater scene too. Braids are across between a soft and a hard, and with the black roller in line with his other products. Ah, fair enough. Hang on, how can I make this bigger on my phone? Can I make it bigger on my phone? There we go, then I can see if I can stay in. Oh, my phone's going to fall. Oh, there goes the sponge. Yes, because that's what Dana Wakely was saying this morning. A lot of their stuff is still caught up in production. And a lot of the companies in China and anywhere are just behind in production. So there's apparently a big backlog of, even if you put an order in, you're not guaranteed of it for a while out of China, which is fair enough. And the shipping takes forever anyway. Maybe we just have to start to learn to appreciate. I'm just fussy cutting these out. Appreciate what we've got and use up our stash. That's no fun, is it? And that's annoyed me. I've just got a white spot on the middle of that frame. I go to all the trouble of making these and then I ended up using them because I don't know about the colour. I've just got white on that gold. Or maybe I missed a spot. Probably missed a spot knowing me. I don't know, I'm not still happy with that colour. Being indecisive today. Being very indecisive. Maybe I'll go back and use the original one I was going to do and use the white. Then the white gets lost. Maybe I'll put black behind it. And of course my black is not big enough. Always the way. Trying to find a laptop is impossible. Yes, I think a lot of stores I go into lately are very low on stock, and it doesn't matter what it is. I think it's just COVID's still affecting a lot of stuff. I sent a parcel to Norway about a month and a half ago, and it's still sitting in Melbourne. It hasn't left yet, so must be still trying to hitch a ride on a plane. The lady might be waiting a while for that parcel to come through. And anytime I order anything from overseas, it takes forever to get here. But what can you do? It was funny, yesterday I thought I was boarding, Monday when I was in Melbourne, I thought I was buying a microphone, and the guy sold me just a pair of headphones. Went to put them in today and was wondering why I couldn't get any volume when I was recording. Oh no, he sold me a set of headphones instead of a microphone, which is so frustrating. Now I've got to take it back. Mel, are the frames chipboard or cardboard? These white ones are 400 mixed media cardstock. So my chipboard that I cut from is like 1.8 millimeters. I can cut them out of that. But these are like a heavy cardstock. If you take 2 sheets of cardstock and sort of glue them together, that's sort of the weight these are, because it's better for your art journals, because it's not as thinking of it in a minute, it's not as bulky as chipboard, but I can certainly do them out of chipboard. And I do have these in a stencil as well on my website. So basically once I have the shape, I can cut it out of anything. I don't know whether I like those orange ones now. Maybe I'll do this one and put black on it and then decide. I think I'm just being indecisive today. I'm very tired today. Didn't sleep well last night. I think the weekend is catching up on me. I had a very busy weekend at the retreat, and then come home for 2 hours on Sunday, then headed to Melbourne on the train. So I got back home on Monday afternoon. I don't think my body knew where I was. My brain certainly didn't. Oh, and I've just put glue everywhere. That's alright. We might put something in the windows to make it like glass. Some glitter. Oh, some glitter in the window would look really cool. So I'm going to half cut this one out in black and see if I like it in black. And of course I put glue everywhere. It's not a project of mine unless it's got a glue or a mistake on it. So basically any shapes on my website can be cut out of any of the 4 materials that I deal with. It just depends. Sometimes like this cut into a stamp may not work as well as it should just because of the design, but I can certainly do it out of stencil plastic, which it is on my website. The white cardstock, and then I can do it out of, excuse me, I can do it out of chipboard as well. Okay, what do you think? Do you like the black ones? I'll fix up and do that other one. Or do you like the orange? But then I have to bring the orange in somewhere else. And I really don't know what I'm doing after that. Note to self, don't jump on a live and not know what you're doing. So do you like the orange or do you like the black? I think I'm liking the black. I don't know. This is one thing about doing a live, is I can ask your opinion. That's really cool. I'm just going to put black over this third one. I do like the orange and the gold, but I just don't know how I'm going to bring orange into the rest of it. I was going to put some Dylusions collage sheets on it, some paper cutouts, but I don't know whether they'll go with this as a focal image. I back shapes like this quite a lot to give them colour, because when you stick them on stick them straight on the background, they tend to get lost a bit. So I tend to back them a lot in black or another colour just to make them stand out a bit more. I've got some clear stickles I'm going to put over this black to give it a bit of a glitter so it looks like glass. Oh, I do like that. You like the black, Wendy? Yeah, I like the black. I do like this colour, but not on the blue. I'll use those on something else. Now, what am I going to stick on it apart from that? Let's see if I've got a paper doll that'll work. I'm just trying to avoid my paint I've got there. Where did I put my packet? Oh, I don't know whether there's lead and soup. I was umming and ahhing what sort of focal point to grab. So I've grabbed all these. I sat and cut these out in January. This is from the Dylusions collage sheets. Oh, that could be kind of funky. Because she could be the queen. Now she just needs a body. Just move that up a tad. So when I had a sore foot in December, January and could not do anything, I sat and fussy cut all these out. So now I've got a bunch of stuff. She needs a body. And I think I might stick with the black and white theme. Let's just pull a bunch of things out and then work out what we want. So it's a great idea to have these all fussy cut out. I got these from Hillbilly Scrapping. I like that, but I don't like the... Maybe I can just cut the black one out. I don't like the colours on it. So I'm just rummaging through these. I just had these on my desk, so I thought I would pick them up and bring them over here. Let me grab some more out. What's this one? I'm trying to more pull the black and white things out. Oh, person stick on a head. That might work. What else have we got in here that's black and white? See, I'm still trying to bring that orange into it, aren't I? I don't know. I should have a better box to flip through there. There's some legs, maybe. Is anyone else as chaotic when they craft as me, not having a decision of what I want to do and being very indecisive? Having these cut out I thought was a good idea, and now I've got to rummage through them, but I suppose, oh, that's kind of cool. That's in black and white. That's kind of cute. But they're a pain to go through in this bag. I'll have to find a box for them. Okay, let's put all these ones away, and now I've got a bunch. Let's decide if I really like them and what we can do with them. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Okay, what have I got? So I like the idea of that down there, maybe. I do like the idea of this one on a stick. I think she suits. On a stick. I don't really want to cover up a lot of the background, but... Oh, maybe I could turn her into... No, it's too big. Oh, had an idea. Didn't work. So maybe I could turn this upside down, turn it into a body, and of course, it's not the right size. It's always the way. And I like her facing in towards the page. Okay, that's writing, but that's really not going to work. We've got legs, we've got a swirl, we've got an eye. I really like this piece, but maybe these are the queens in the castle. Maybe we can have one here. Let's sort of bring her down. Legs, get the legs out of here. We don't need the legs for anything. Still trying to bring this colour into it. No, don't like that one. I do like this person, but I don't like the green. So maybe I do want to incorporate this somehow, but it's floating and it can't float because I don't like floating things. Ooh, maybe. No, it still doesn't work. Still not the right size. Ooh, wonder if I did. No, that's not going to work. It's going to be one of those days where I can't decide on a thing. I'm liking this. I desperately want to use that, but I don't know how. Maybe I do. Now you're going to see me really indecisive, because this is what I do all the time. I really like this idea, but I don't want her floating. She's not a Harry Potter head. She can't float. She really needs another half of the face, but I don't really have anything. Turn the window into a crown. Ooh, that's an idea. But is it too big? She still needs a face of some description. Maybe. Maybe if I stuck her down here, she doesn't need a face. See, that's cheating. Put the eyes behind the middle of the steeple. Put the eyes behind the middle of the steeple. Oh, put the eyes behind the middle of the... You mean like this? Ooh, that could work. Then she's sort of hiding, because that just looks... Ooh. Maybe that. Maybe I can cut those and make them go up. Oh, let's do that. Oh, I just hit something on my computer. Oh, no. Let's cut these and move them. And I might have to re-whiten these with a white paint pen, because I can see I've got grubby marks on them already. With my fingerprints. And I should look closely and cut stuff and not cut it away from me, because I just noticed there's a fair bit of black I didn't cut off. Whoops. Lay that on my eyesight. Maybe I should do a live all the time and then you girls can tell me. If I bring these up here. No, I like that one up that way. Looks like a big nose, doesn't it? I can always stick it back down the bottom because I cut it off. Have her peeking through from the bottom. Peeking through from the bottom? You mean like this? Oh, now cut it apart, we can make it look like a crown, couldn't we? Oh, I'm liking that a bit better. See, I get there eventually. It just takes me a little while. I like that I've cut them apart now. She's got a crown. Is that what you meant, Tabitha? I'm liking that. This is probably so boring watching me move bits of paper around, isn't it? Liking that. Now, what else do we need to do? Actually liking that now. Getting somewhere. See, I get on the path eventually. I've got these bits, but I don't know whether I want to... Don't want to cover up the background that much. So I don't want her to sit up a bit, but what can I have her sit on? Because she's missing a bit. I need a little bit. But that's got... I need something small and black and white so she can sit on. What's that? No, that's a... Oh, now I've got glasses going everywhere. This is not a good system to have them in because they stick to the side and they cling. Looking for something black and white. No, no. Often when I cut shapes in half, I throw them back in here as well. And then I've got half things to... Oh! Maybe I could cut some off the hat. Actually, I might cut a side off the hat. When I cut pieces like that up, I stick them back in the envelope and then I've got them... You have to play around till things work too. Yes. But at least, Tabitha, when you start a live, you have some idea of what you are doing. Lately, I have no idea what I'm going to cut a bit of this black and white off her face. Because I don't know if she really like this cutout. I saw Dina Weekly had... No, wrong one. I keep calling them the wrong names. Dylusions had new collage sheet cutouts. They're going to have to go on my I need them list. Because they're just so fun to play with. Again, I've had these for ages and not played with them. I'm dreadful. I only started cutting them out in December and I've probably had them for a few months before that. Again, they were really cute and I didn't want to use them. I have to get over that and just use stuff. Get rid of that eye. Get rid of that. I'm going to give her a bit of ground to stand on because I just want her a bit higher. It's a her. Why not? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And I'm liking that. Do we need some... Does she need little ones? To make her crown massive. Or do I like it like that? Knowing when to stop is fun as well. That's right, if I wasn't doing a live, I'd be sitting here doing this, talking to myself anyway. What's the difference between doing a live and sitting here and doing it myself? Do I want that black person there? No. Now all we need is a quote. What sort of quote am I going to put on it? And does it need a border? That is the next question. Let's glue things down and commit, otherwise I'm going to move them around 100 times. Looking good, Wendy. It's got there. Yes, I'm liking it now. I'll just have to find a quote for it, and then... So I'm just going to glue these down with some craft glue from the Reject Shop, mainly because the gloss sprays, they don't like... I've found that gel medium doesn't go over the top of it, or the gel medium I have doesn't, and glue sticks don't work. I usually don't use this sort of glue for paper, but because it's going over the gel medium, not over the gel medium, over the gloss spray. Stu, I can't talk today. Sounds good in my head and then it comes out my mouth and it doesn't sound like what it's supposed to be. Trying to get better at liking my handwriting. How did I get my design team member? I've got, Wendy, I ended up getting 3 ladies to do some designing for me. They're doing a project every couple of months. I may look at a more permanent design team, but I thought I'd start with something every 2 months and they're going to be working with the same project. Hillbilly Scrapping and myself are tossing up whether to do a design team together, so you get products from both stores to promote. We just haven't finalised that yet. So our first design team sort of showcase will be in the end of March, and they've all been given the same product to use, so that will be fun to see what they come up with. I've already seen a sneak peek. So there'll be, yeah, I've got 3 members and myself, so there'll be 4 projects coming out over a week, 1 every day, using the same product, which will be a bit of fun. I sort of wanted to start off small and do something and then get something bigger happening. I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And I said Hillbilly Scrapping and I are still tossing up with the idea of how it's going to work with the two 2 businesses and what we really want sort of done. And then Hillbilly Scrapping is putting together a website, so all her energy is going into that at the moment until we get that launched in middle of March before our first craft show in Bendigo. So we're still thinking now. I want to stick that down last, so let's see if I can stick these in exactly the same spot. And I've got a bit of glitter, clear glitter, I want to put in these windows, I think, to give her a bit more glitter, and that will hide the mistake I did with the glue too. So we'll get a 2-for-1 with that. So I'm just going to slide these in here. It's hard with design teams to get sort of the right people and the right commitment and the time frame, and it's I'm finding it hard to get all the stuff that I need to get done with my crazy life, and then everyone's got everything else going on. Maybe people are just more organised than me. Maybe that's what it is. I need less distractions when I go to do stuff. Oh, the last couple of weeks, every time I've sat down to do a live or do something else pulls me in another direction. Or someone starts being loud outside. I often go to start a live and the next door neighbour must know because he starts up the lawnmower. Or the garbage truck drives past. Or something goes on. Or I break a piece of my filming equipment. Like my monitor cable the other day. Ugh, can't even blame the bunnies on that one. You're not organised at all, no, Tabitha. That was going to be my word this year. But we're nearly into the 3rd month and yeah, well, that hasn't happened. I think I just procrastinate too much. I'm finding it hard lately designing for the classes because I only can use certain products, and it's like, oh, I just want to use, oh no, I can't use that. Oh, this would be perfect. Oh, I can't use that. And it's like it is interesting designing for classes, whether they're in person or at a show, or whether we do the classes virtually or in a video. You just have to get your head around designing them all, and fun and games. Let's get rid of this and this. I've got some pretty blue borders to use on something with this gloss spray. It's alright, don't need my Optus bill after I pay it, do I? Really liking this. So I'm going to put some glitter. I don't know where my glitter glue is, but it's just clear. I'll pop photos of this up after the live. What time is it? I've only been going for an hour. Jeez, where's the time go? Now, I need a quote on it, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do a quote. I think I'm going to use quote stickers because my handwriting sucks. Your word was supposed to be balance this year, Tabitha? Balance of everything? Yes. I knew as soon as I decided on the word organised, I'd probably break it in the first month, but I sort of wanted to be more organised when I release new products. Like, I want to be organised like Dina Wakley and Dylusions, but they've probably had their products for like a year to do all their examples with. I tend to design products one week and release them the next week, so I have to get ahead with that. So I wanted to have, yes, these are all the new products I'm releasing for February, and look, this is all the wonderful stuff I've made with them. Didn't happen in February. Hopefully it happens in, I don't know when my next release will be, probably April. Thanks, Wendy. I like it. Now, I'm wondering if the background, you don't really need to do much with these gloss sprays because they're like an instant background. What I will do is with a black pen, and I always do this when I stick collage down, but I won't do it on camera because otherwise I'll get my big head in the way. I'm just going to put a little black line around the shapes just to pop them out from the background a bit more, to look like they're not just like, it gives them the look like they're not stuck there. It sort of ties them into the background. And I may do a squiggly line around the edge just to give it a border. I like my pages to have borders. And then I'm going to put some, I think, stickers. I've got some Dina Wakley big chat stickers. sorry, quickly running to my other table. So I might end up putting some of these on. See what is appropriate. I love her big chat stickers, and I think the white ones might go really nice because it will tie this white in. So I'll go down and find one of these quotes to sort of scatter up here and do my black pen work around the edge. I will pop a photo up on my Facebook page when I'm finished, but I'm quite happy that's come up. Nice. Well, it took me an hour, but it was a fairly quick page after I decided that I wasn't going to use my orange windows. Now I'm going to have to go find somewhere to put orange windows. But I do like using this as a crown. The only problem I have with these collage packs from Dylusions is there's only one of each image. Now I really like this image, but I'm going to have to go buy another pack to use it again. Probably don't have to use it again, but some of the images I really like, and it's like, oh, I could have double things, and she only puts one of each in, which is good and bad in a way. I don't know, I just like multiple things, so I can do multiple things with them. Or stuff it up once and then have another one to play with. So I might say goodbye there. I'm just going to do the pen work and put a quote up, and I will post a picture. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching me attempt to make an art journal page. I promise next time I might be a bit more organised. No, can't have that word in my vocabulary. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. That is really cool. The gloss sprays obviously have a gloss to them, so it sort of reflects a bit, which is really, really nice. But when you put the white paint, like this is white paint up here, the Dina Wakley paint over the top, it puts a bit of the gloss down as well. Maybe this is all her thoughts and all her dreaming. I'm going to have to use these gloss sprays a lot more, I've decided. Then I might just have to get another lot of them. Maybe. Gone a bit to the next page, but that's alright. I'm just working in my altered cat book because I like the paper in this. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye and go finish off the details on these and add a quote and upload a picture. Thank you very much for watching, and for those lucky winners at the start from the Craft a Show. Okay, time to go, I can't talk. Craft Alive giveaway that I did several weeks ago. I will message you tonight with your vouchers so you can go shopping. It's the best part. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.